6 o'clock in the morning on the outskirts of Guayaquil. Soldiers and police have been deployed for a raid in the streets of Duran. This is one of the most dangerous areas in the country, with entire neighborhoods controlled by gangs. More than 2,400 homicides were committed here last year. The target for today is a drug rehab center.
A supposed detox center, but it's a cover. They don't have a license. It's a place where they hide out to plan crimes.
The officers search every inch, including mobile phones, looking for evidence. Outside, tattoos are inspected for possible signs of gang membership. These demonstrations of force are becoming more frequent in the neighborhood. 150 officers were deployed for this particular operation. Later, the day's seizures are displayed at the police station.
Ecuadorians are particularly affected by small-time dealing. That's how they seduce and recruit minors into criminal organizations. We're in the process of carrying out a number of actions here to restore order to the district.
Only a few weeks into his arrival, Commandant Santa Maria is already claiming a drop in the local homicide rate and has no qualms about letting the press broadcast images of those arrested that morning. But these operations have not convinced most of these residents attending church, one of the last safe places in Duran. They complain that the police are not doing enough to prevent extortion and kidnappings, which are still on the increase.
When I go out onto the street, I always pray to God, hoping that nothing will happen and that I'll make it home.
You see police, soldiers, helicopters and drones everywhere. But unfortunately, the system is corrupt. They imprison people who go free 3 days later and then go and do it all over again.
The government claims that violent deaths have fallen by 18% across the country, but refuse to give more precise figures. At the heart of the government's strategy lie the military. Their powers have been extended after the outbreak of an internal armed conflict. On this day at a military base in Guayaquil, weapons confiscated from gangs are being handed over to soldiers. The ceremony is attended by President Noboa.
Weapons intended to kill innocent people will now be used to protect them. Members of the army use them with determination and with the support of the law and the constitution for a progressive and legitimate use of force.
President Noboa has been banking on this strongman stance for his re-election in February, but rights organizations are worried that Ecuador is drifting towards authoritarianism. They increasingly warn of abuses of power and extrajudicial killings. One of the most significant and extensively documented cases is that of 19-year-old Javier Vega, killed by soldiers in February 2024. His parents visit his grave twice a month.
He was a good man, young, full of dreams, who died just like that, unjustly.
Javier had gone out to sell a puppy with his cousin. On the way, they were stopped at an army checkpoint. According to witnesses, the soldiers shot the teenager 4 times, and he died the following day. He had no previous criminal record. The army claims to have acted in response to a criminal threat.
They dirtied the name of my son by calling him a terrorist. We're looking for justice. We want them to retract their statements, admit they made a mistake, and that they acted outside the law.
Javier's parents have lodged an official complaint. The investigation is ongoing. In 2024, the army was also accused of almost 200 cases of torture, rape, and violence in prison. The president sees a solution to the crisis in the creation of 2 new high-security facilities, with the aim of isolating dangerous prisoners while tightening controls using technology and artificial intelligence. One of those prisons is being built 100 kilometers from Guayaquil, a $50 million project to lock up 700 prisoners. Many residents nearby are opposed to it, along with the local human rights committee.
It's a symbol of the entire criminal policy being concentrated on one prison. It doesn't solve any of the social problems which are structural to this conflict.
Neighbouring communities have lodged an appeal to have the project suspended. They say they're concerned by this unexpected and unannounced construction on their land.
The narcos, the vandalism, the drug dealing, that's what terrorizes a lot of people in this community. And also that we're about to lose our tranquility.
Despite a record under scrutiny for security policies that have led to at least 35,000 arrests and a dozen possible cases of extrajudicial killings in just 1 year, President Daniel Noboa remains the favourite to win the next presidential election.